several chapters after his father Abraham tries to sacrifice him during the Akedah episode, it is anybody's guess what he is feeling or thinking. Is he experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD? Has he gone mad? Or is he trying to reflect on and reorient his life after having experienced such an unsettling event? Abraham himself is silent after God tells him to offer up his beloved son on a mountain. And we read this every Rosh Hashanah morning. Moses is silent when God tells him to ascend Mount Nebo at the end of the Torah to die. Do they refrain from speaking because they represent paragons of faithfulness, humbly and silently submitting to the divine will? So why is Aaron silent in the aftermath of his son's violent deaths? The Torah doesn't tell us, though it does make a point of highlighting that fact. Is Aaron humbly accepting God's judgment, or is the high priest trying to make sense out of what has just happened to his children, himself, and his family? There is great ambiguity in Aaron's silence. As a result, the Torah seems to be suggesting that there are sometimes more possible meanings in silence than in speech, more poetry and pathos in a moment of stillness than in a lifetime of words. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Charles, you've been on deck. I'm glad you're back. I'm going to invite you to come up to the bima, and I'm going to ask everyone else to turn to page 586 for the Aleinu. Charles has been doing this so often, he's become a pro at this. So would you come up and open the ark for us? Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורל עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Perfect timing.
Please be seated. Charles, I think every time you come here on Friday night, I'm going to invite you up. Is that okay? If there are other students come, I'll have them join you too. But you did such a great job. Thank you. So normally at this point in our service, I invite a board member up to read the announcements, but that board member is sick. So I will read the announcements unless someone would like to come up and read them. Anybody? All right, I'm happy to do it. Tomorrow, right here at 10:30, I'll be leading Torah study, if you want to study in more depth what I just talked about tonight about the deaths of Nadav and Avihu and Aaron's silence, and there are passages here about the Jewish dietary laws. So if you can make it, tomorrow at 10:30, we'll be looking more closely at the Torah portion. Monday, April 17th, this coming Monday at 6 o'clock, please join me and Gordon and guest speaker, CBS member Cy Carfiol on Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Memorial Day. In addition to music and a commemorative lighting in honor of the 6 million. Sai will share his experience during that tragic period in world and Jewish history, and he was a child during the Holocaust, but he's got a lot of very interesting insights into what happened. So if you can make it Monday at 6, I'd encourage you to come. The Yom HaAtzmaut Community Barbecue will be next Sunday, April 23rd, with Israeli dancing and a barbecue lunch potluck. RSVP online and let us know what you will bring. The next day, April 24th at 7 p.m. at CBS, we'll have a Hebrew High. Hebrew High meets with me and our education director, Leah, once a month, in person, and also on the same day and same time, but online via Zoom, will be the Soul Sisters Book Club, and they're going to meet with this week's book, Classic Yiddish Stories by S.Y. Abramovich, Shalom Alechem, and I.L. Peretz. On Wednesday, April 26th at 7 p.m. in the CBS kitchen, join the next Judaism tribe with Farah Garber. I think she's making Moroccan chicken, if I remember correctly. So if you want it, that's been a very popular event. If you can make it, please come. Thursday, April 27th, the Tribe for Your Resilience will meet at 6:30 p.m. in the CBS Administrative Building. All of this is all online on the website. This is just a reminder for you. A big save the date item. It's time to celebrate our congregation's 70th anniversary. 70 years, that's a big deal. We'll be celebrating at summer, but kick off with a 3-day weekend on May 19th, 20th, and 21st. There are different events each night and day. Tickets for Saturday the 20th, which is our big dinner dance, are now on sale, and RSVPs are open for the Shabbat and for the Sunday Fun Day online. So I would strongly encourage you to come to any or all of those events and celebrate our 70th birthday. Finally, a week from tonight, next Friday, April 21st, we'll have a special guest speaker at Shabbat. CBS member and city council member Beth Painter just did a trip to Israel with a group of about 25 Jewish elected officials from Northern California, and she's going to talk about her experience in Israel with the recent protests and her insights as a first-time visitor there and as a Jewish elected official. So if you can make it next Friday, I think it'd be very interesting. We'd like to give warm wishes to this week's birthdays and anniversaries. Happy birthday to John Bonnick, Larry Kamer, Rolando Sanchez, Catherine Goldman, Ryan Bergman, Emily Savinar-Nogue, Judd Finkelstein, Laura Levin, Erica Aronson, Paul Bloomberg, Breet Mew, and Michael Charney. And happy anniversary to Anita and Tucker Catlin, who are marking their 53rd. And David and Mary, it's your anniversary. Oh, it's your birthday too. I saw that on Facebook. I'm sorry. I don't know why it wasn't in here. Happy birthday to David Rabb also. I think it was just a couple days ago, right? Oh, it's tomorrow. In a week. Okay, well, happy birthday to David as well. As we now reach the end of our service, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We remember those who have died during the past 12 months. Dean Wilson, Norman Charney, David Alpert, Renee Munoz, Michael Cosson, Paul Dworsky, Ed Eston, Micah Bisel, Jill Daly-Katz, Gabriel Harrison Escalera, Colonel Ed West, Joe McCaffrey, Beverly Eigner, Ruth Morlett, Lawrence Blake, Othello Thornton, Alan Rosen, Fred Goldman, Ann Rapson, Bob Massey, Lucille Posner, Bunny Goldstein, and William Bill Lenish. We also remember and honor the art sites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Aaron Brown, Larry Friedman, Felix Mendelssohn, Peggy Dover, Florence Ames, John Packard, Faye Bisberg, Judy Wortman, Dolly Rubenstein, Edna Epstein, Janet Schwartz, Henrietta Robert, and Sam Kapchin. And if anyone has a name they'd like to add, I invite you to please do so. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. If you're able, please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah be'almad divra cherutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach ve'alam u'lamei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitparar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shmei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all those in mourning and comfort to all those who are bereaved. And let us all say, amen. Please be seated. So we have a final song now before Kiddush and Motzi, and I know one of our opening songs was biblical. It wasn't rabbinic. What do you have in mind for our closing song? Could be biblical, it could be rabbinic, it could be mystical, it could be contemporary, it could be Gordon Lustig.
A lot of choices. We're going to do a different melody of Oseh Shalom. So the last few lines, same page, 598. May have done this before, I'm not sure. It goes. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.
Please rise and join us in the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, haporei peri hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat Shalom.